Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this episode of I Could Totally Get Into That, where we're going to talk about Sonic the Hedgehog.
Zoom!
That's right, this episode is about Sonic the Hedgehog.
Synopsis!
Sonic is a blue hedgehog from the planet Mobius who runs faster than the speed of sound, hence the name Sonic. He's locked in a seemingly eternal struggle with the evil Dr. Robotnik, or as some crazy American people call him, Eggman, someone who creates robots and enslaves the tiny animals of the world.
That sounds really bad.
It is bad, Ben. Really, really bad. The backstory I'm going to tell you now is from the comics I used to read as a kid, and I know that the way that games like this work is there's loads of backstories, so do not write to me telling me I got the wrong one. Disclaimer, I'm just doing the one I know.
You can write to me.
Many years ago, there was the Dr. Ivo Kinterbor and his assistant, Sonic, who was just a normal brown hedgehog then. There was some bad eggs around and a nuclear explosion. The egg fused into Eggman, turning him bad and making Sonic the blue super fast hedgehog we know him as today.
That's freaky deaky strange.
It turned Kinterbor into the bad egg Robotnik that we know him as now.
I see what you did there, James.
Meaning in a very similar way to all the superhero comics that are around, the origin of the good guy and the bad guy are both actually intertwined and they almost necessitate one another. So Sonic takes up the mantle of saving the world and freeing the animals from their robot or badnik cages. And in the ensuing games that have followed since that moment, Sonic's group of friends and assistants has grown.
Let's talk about characters.
So this main dude Sonic is a bright blue hedgehog that wears very cool red sneakers. He's a wisecracker and he loves chili dogs, according to all the folklore.
For Sonic to achieve these supersonic speeds, he kind of chambers up his powers into a little ball and then sprouts forth.
And we got Dr. Robotnik, but I think we've mentioned him enough. He's just plain evil.
Then we got a bunch of Sonic's friends. Now, as James said before, these friends kind of grow and grow with each coming game, TV show, comic, and all this stuff. We're just gonna focus on the main one. So we got Tails.
Tails is a two-tailed fox, and Tails is actually his nickname. His actual name is hilarious. It's Miles per hour.
And then we have my favorite character in the game, Knuckles, with Knuckles. He's got, like, spikes on his knuckles. So that's great. We have the synopsis, we have some character information, but how would you get into Sonic the Hedgehog? With so many different games and things like that, how would you get into it, James?
Well, that's a great question, Ben. We can't talk about gameplay without talking about the recommended game first, because the gameplay differs so much from game to game. The game I would recommend would be Sonic 2. It's just the essence of everything Sonic stands for. When you look at it in context, Sonic 1 is a very fast game compared to things like Mario, but Sonic 2 brought in moves like the Super Spin Dash and also a second character in Tails that made the whole thing that little bit more engaging, that little bit more quick, that little bit more exciting.
Yeah, Sonic 2 was this classic side-scroller where basically you would have to go from one end of the screen to the other end of the screen and not die.
And to avoid you dying, you collected the golden power rings and could also activate the barriers, which saved your position in the level if you did die later on. But if you had 50 rings, it would open up access to the special stages. And the special stages in Sonic 2 are still my favourite.
Can I just say, I did not know that you needed 50 rings to get that. I just thought it was this randomized thing. This is genuine. 50? It just took 50 rings? I feel like an asshole.
Golden rings give Sonic the power to go fast. They also give him a barrier against death temporarily. If you have no rings and you get hit by a badnik, you die.
So like James said, if you can manage your way through the bonus levels and not die and collect all those coins and avoid all the bombs, you get an emerald. And if you get enough of those emeralds, then you've trained long enough and your hair turns all gold and you get to save the universe from Frieza and Cell and all the Majin.
Wait, no, that's Super Saiyan, Ben. We're talking about Super Sonic.
It is basically the same thing.
Yeah, it is basically the same thing.
That's great. So now we have a synopsis, we know about the characters, we know about the gameplay and like the really nice games. But James, why do you love Sonic so much?
Well, I have to say, Ben, that he's one of the characters that I've deemed worthy enough to put right here on my arm, where he's going to live for the rest of my life, even when I'm an old man, and that will make me an awesome old man anyway. The main point that I would say is that the Mega Drive console is the one that I grew up with. It's the first console I had, and Sonic 2 is the first game I had for it, and I just fell in love with it. The music is incredible, the gameplay is exciting, and you want to get better each time. One of my favourite challenges is to play through Green Hill and have all the emeralds before the boss fight. That's quite exciting.
So that was I Could Totally Get Into That, Sonic, with me, Ben.
And me, James.
Oh yeah, he is.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. Hit the like and subscribe buttons down in our doobly-doo. We'd really appreciate that. Also, leave comments below the doobly-doo of anything you think you could totally get into, that we could totally get into, and we'll cover them in future episodes.
We will so cover them in future episodes. We love hearing from you guys, and we love taking those suggestions on.
Also, like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter. That way, you'll be the first to find out about new episodes when they're coming out.
Credits!
Check out our latest video. Like this video. Subscribe to our channel. And check out our partners, Creator X.